Don't know if you can make that out, folks, but we got
That's a Chinook.
a Chinook.
Yep.
Wonder where that's come back from, mate.
I normally catch a lot. No catch. I normally carry the either troops or you know, like tanks and things like that. Chinook was more it was well renowned during the Vietnam War.
There it goes in the distance, just getting a bit blurred. Oh, back into focus. There we go. Well, we've got 7:20 on well, what was a lovely winter's evening, which has now gone cold. And I don't know if you can see my breath, but it is quite cold. But we're enjoying a nice social, and whilst we've got the camera, and I've got to be honest, very little action. Saying that, we have seen one or two more crash, but we've been talking amongst ourselves, and we just thought what we're going to do now would be an interesting piece for the camera. So, you know, for you to decide, would you recast? Now, I'm going to start off. My personal opinion is, if I'm happy with my spots, presentation, why recast? So I'm going to nip it in the bud. No, I wouldn't recast. Mr. Rudge?
Hello again, folks. I've got to go with what Matt's just said, to be honest with you. I think if you're in the right place and you know the fish are about, why bother recasting? I think the fact that I didn't get it set up until way after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, means I definitely wouldn't be recasting anyway. And I have primed my spots now, so I'm thinking I don't really want to disturb them. And I have seen a few fish, but I'll give you what Matt said. Yeah.
Right then. Now, Scott, you were really curious about this question when we brought it up in the conversation. Now, I know. Well, I'm just going to tell the camera, we're all taking it in turns to get ourselves in front of it, because it's a bit awkward to show you us all on the same camera with the low light conditions. But he's been pacing up and down this bank now for the last 15 minutes, and I said, mate, what the hell's going on? He got itchy feet, and he says, I'll be honest with you, Matt, I really am impatient, and I want to make something happen. So
it's all the signs of a good angler.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this, isn't it? Everyone's got their own opinions, but you're going to
I can't wait. I can't last any longer. I've got to recast, even if it's just two out of my 3 rods. I've got to recast. Nothing's happening for me other than that. I've cast a rod right to the other side of the bank, as you know.
I'm just going to stop you there.
Go on.
We mentioned earlier about, was it Peter or Paul, isn't it?
Pete, yeah.
Pete. He came down and he said that the swim that I'm in, I think it was middle of last week, a bloke was using pellets as hook baits, which I'll be honest with you, he did raise an eyebrow, because I wouldn't associate pellets, certainly high oil content pellets, in the winter. But whether he come down with carp pellets, I don't know. But he caught 2 fish. One was £16 and one, I believe, was £18, which is a really good result for this time of the year.
Yeah.
So Scott's gone back. He's had a think, and you've.
I straight away then.
You put pellets on it, mate.
A little bag. Yeah, a little bag, little PVA, supermarine halibuts. They're just, you know, I always keep a little tub in my bag. I cast them out right to the far bank. Within 10 minutes, I was having bleeps, but instead of slackening my line straight off, I kept quite a bit of a tight line. Not mega tight, but you know, it had like a fair bit of tension in it.
There was a reason behind that.
Yeah, because I wanted to know if I was like any fish in my area or anything like that. It has paid off. I have had probably what 4 or 5 different liners.
Nick's fishing to my left, and Nick's had a couple of bleeps. Scott's had at least 5 or 6 since we've been here.
Definitely.
I'm in the middle and I've had nothing. So, you know.
Yeah. I'm now considering to put maybe a little zig on again, even throughout the night.
Even go that far and change the complete presentation?
Definitely. I mean, I'll still stick a bottom bait out, maybe on 2 of my rods, but I think, why not? You know, if it's not happening now, I've got to do something. Like I said, I'm impatient.
There you go. Then that's really interesting. So
I'm going to change you to staying the same.
That's really interesting. I mean,
we're all. Everybody's got their own opinions on things at the end of the day.
Bottom line is, it comes down to what you're confident in.
Yeah.
I think that's good angling, what Scott's just said. I mean, it's what I do, but the fact that I didn't set up till late anyway.
Yeah. I'll set up a lot earlier than you.
I see no reason, as opposed, and like I say, I think you'd be the same as me, Matt. We didn't
Yeah.
set up till late.
No, it was.
We've had a bit of a walk round, see if we could see anything. And
yeah, we had a good look round. But as soon as we came down here to, well, the first port of call was Scott when he said that this area is a noted winter holding area. Straight away, I thought, well, you know, I mean, Scott lives local. He's down here virtually every other day. Not necessarily fishing, but he comes down to see what's going on, and he's our eyes and ears. He reports back to us, and he's keeping us in touch, which we're really, you know, we're lucky to have that. But I don't know. I just thought that was just to me, it was really interesting to see what other people's opinions were of respotting orders, sitting on your hands and sitting tight.
maybe you guys and girls could tell us what your idea would be.
That's a good. Yeah, drop us a comment on the old channel. You know, I mean, none of us are experts. You know, you're always learning, and that's just my opinion and Nick's and yours. Well, Scott, I hope you just go and do what you just said. And
yeah,
I'm
going to go and do it now. I'm going to go make a change.
I think the thing is,
and we'll see what happens.
the zigs have worked for you.
The zigs have
You know
worked
what
for
I
me
mean?
on this
So,
channel, yeah, definitely.
Realistically, if you know them working, then you should stick with what you know has been working down here.
Definitely.
You know,
the only reason why I didn't go straight on zigs today was because I seen not one fish show at all, not one. So
I mean,
therefore I thought,
I'm not
you
a
know,
big
I'm on
zig
the bottom.
fan, but I've took on board what's happened with you on the zigs, and I know it's in the armoury. Do you know what I mean?
we was here to witness that capture the last time we fished here, and then I spoke to Scott, and you said, did you come down last week?
Yeah, it's
and
last
you
week.
lost one on a zig?
I lost a very good fish on a zig again. So
and it ain't just going back to the zig. It's not one that you use just in the day. People do catch them at night.
No, that's right.
You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I didn't think it would work at night, but I know people who've caught at night, so it's really interesting stuff. So we just thought whilst we were sitting here and having a good chinwag like three old women, that we'd get this bit on the camera and just try and make some content for our early winter social.
Yeah.
So we ain't going to do it anymore. We're going to shut up now, and I think we're going to put the curry on and have a nice bite to eat. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Scott's tactics are going to pay off, or me and Nick are going to sit still.
We'll see which one. We'll see which
and
one,
see if ours pay off, and we're going to have something to show you. But the good news is there is fish moving, and we've witnessed them in the marginal areas. So there you go. Anyway, I think the lens. There we go. It was steaming a bit. So we're going to sign off now, and hopefully we'll see you very soon. Something to show you. Catching just did that little piece on the camera about 10-15 minutes ago, Scott.
I ain't even got my rods in yet.
Scott popped round to sort his rods out. Nick's had a few bleeps on his middle rod. We both came round to have a look. We went back to my swim, Matt's swim, and it's absolutely melted off, isn't it, Nick?
Sure has.
Middle rod. Hopefully, this is the first fish of the session. Oh. I hope you ain't gone, I lost that, mate.
No.
Oof, I did see the tip flick back then off my heart sunk.
Flicked off the dorsal or something.
We're still on, connected to a fish, mate?
Yeah, feels like it, yeah.
Hopefully. I did see the tip flick back.
Yeah, he's still on there.
We apologise for the footage here, folks. This camera's not the best in low light conditions. You going to put your light on? Yeah, cheers, Scott. That's better, mate.
Oh, it's gone.
Lost it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, what a gutter. Oh, mate. There you go, folks. That's carp fishing. Yep. What a shame.
Oh, look, it's a bloody ripple off there and all.
Seemed to go a bit stiff then, Nick. Did he get snagged up or something?
No, I think because I was a bit late trying to bloody pick the rod. I was a bit disorientated.
He had a few bleeps. He come round to my swim, and then it's just melted off. We come back round. There was no sign from the sound from the Neville, but there was definitely line coming off the clutch. But you clearly had a fish on there, mate. And oh god, commiserations, mate.
Well, I'm doing something right. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
we've had a bite. So there we go, folks. It's 1-0 to the Carp. Good morning. 8:30, and there's the boots there of Mr. Rudge.
Morning, folks.
There we go. Well, we were a bit surprised really, because I didn't think it was going to freeze last night, but we did have a light frost. I would have tried to get some of the footage of that, well, of the brolly system on the camera, but it was just wasn't practical really. But I've got some still, so I'll try and incorporate these into the blog. But around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, mate, it plummeted, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
And it went really, really cold. But saying that, there has been a little bit of what's the word? Interest. I got that footage of Nick sadly losing that fish, but he had another run about 3 o'clock, was it, mate? Or was it, no, about 5:30, was it? I heard Scott run past my...
I mean, I've been up since like just after 4 anyway, but yeah, absolutely belted off, nothing on the end. It's really strange. And the conclusion we both come to was the fact that we think these fish are very riggy.
Well, I think the first one, the one that you lost, took you into some weird, because when you brought your rig back there was a bit of Canadian around it, wasn't there? But yeah, we've been awake for about, what, an hour, watching the water, seen no signs yet, but we're both going to try a different approach. I'm going to just put the kettle on, I'm going to have a brew, and then I'm going to bring in the left-hand rod, I think, and I'm going to stick a zig on. I'm just going to try and change and just make something happen. Keep my eyes fixed. We're going to fish till around about 12 o'clock and see what the situation is. Whether we pull off and go home a bit earlier or stay till, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock. But as I say, we're both decided to go on a zig. So just to see if we can, you know, they're there in the upper layers maybe, and they're just not showing themselves. But you know, sometimes you just got to try something different and try and make something happen, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, good old Scott up there, just above us here, he's used a zig to really good success, so you can't not listen to someone who's done well on them.
There goes my mobile. But yeah, he's had some success the last couple of sessions on a zig. He's caught one which we got on film and he lost one. So yeah, we'll try that, mate. But I'll just give you a bit more of a pan round the lake. Incidentally, Scott's had nothing in the night, and
wind's a bit choppy, like, you know, a bit cold.
Yeah, to be honest, for long periods of the night into darkness, it was flat calm, like a mill pond. Yeah. But it's, as you can clearly see, it's blowing from right to left, and does look quite nice, doesn't it, mate?
I found my bag.
And our friends here, the swans.
Oh yeah, they're right on my bag now.
We never seem to be far from a swan, do we? Right, I'm going to return that call, mate, and have that brew and get them zigs out. Alright.
See you later, folks.